I'm sorry, center right in the third row.
Congratulations, Anisa. Gabby Alphaby with the next. Right here. Right here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm short. So the Sun are kind of going through a transitional period. I was wondering how you see yourself making an impact and fitting in on this team.
Yes, being able to have the opportunity, take advantage of those opportunities once I get to market and put the work in and try to be a workaholic, honestly, put as much work in as I possibly can.
Anisa staying in the to your right, all the way to the right, second row.
Hi, Anisa. This is Brittany Wallace with the 9450. Holly talked about your relationship with your grandmother and how she influenced you to play basketball. Can you just please expound a little bit more on that?
Yes, she used to always tell us they paved they paved the way for us. So she was playing when it was only half a court. There wasn't a full court at that time, and she was passionate about it. And my mother was passionate about it as well. And they always talked about that grit that they had on the floor, that they were not going to back down to anybody. And they held me to that standard. Okay.
Anisa, go out to your right in the front row.
Hi, Anisa. Congratulations. Brooke with the Players Tribune. Are there any matchups that you're looking forward to now that you're in the W?
Yes, I feel like I've gotten this question a lot, but I'm looking forward to a matchup against Angel. That's my former teammate. Love her to death, but I know that it's going to be two dogs clashing on the floor and trying to go up in there and get as many rebounds as we possibly can.
Anisa, we're going to go second row center.
Congratulations, Anisa. Ciara with MTMV Sports. You spoke about the sacrifices your parents made, and that's the reason you go so hard. If you could tell them anything tonight, what would it be?
That I am 100% grateful for everything. That's the reason why I go out there and work every night. I feel like that's the only way that I could pay them back. I don't really know how, what other way that I can pay them back, but me just showing my gratitude for everything that they did. So when I step foot on the floor, either practice or in a game, I try to give it my all.
Anisa, all the way to the right, front row.
Congratulations, Anisa. This is Daniel Artest from the 9450. You're one of the most dominant rebounders I've ever seen in college basketball. What drives that relentlessness, and how do you keep that edge every night?
It's hard, honestly, especially being undersized, but you have to come in with a certain mindset. I set goals before every game of what I want to accomplish, and sometimes those goals might seem out of reach, but if I fall short of them, I still could have 25 and 20. So that's kind of my mindset when I go in there, is to be as dominant as I can from the tip, because I can't wait to the end of the game and try to rush and try to get rebounds, because I could have made impact sooner that would have helped my team.
I want to go Zoom for a question. Jordan, if you would, please.
Hello, Jordan from Television Sports. First, I want to say congrats on getting drafted in Anisa. So you're going to head to Connecticut where you get to play alongside Tina Charles. So I guess just talk about how excited are you to be learning the game from her and, improving your game.
Yes, she's a dog, double machine as well, and being able to be a sponge and learn as much about the league as she would be great. You have to come in, you have to learn from your vets and you're trying to get where they're at. So you have to be respectful, come up in there and be dominant on the floor, but also be able to go under their shoulder and ask them questions and learn.
Thank you.
Anisa, this will be our last question. Anisa, center, third row.
Jabari Morrow, Morrow Sports Media. Anisa, I wanted to know, who in the WNBA do you watch and say that's the type of impact that I want to have?
I would say that I always watch AT. She's undersized, but she held her own. She don't take no shit from nobody. She comes in there and she holds her own every night. She can defend on almost every position, and that's hard. And you have to know and have the skill to do that. You have to know who you're guarding. You have to know your scouting report, and she's very productive with that.
Anisa, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, welcome tonight. So now we're going to start in the fourth row center to your right.
Hi, Saniya. Congratulations. Miles Ehrlich with Winsider. There was a lot of preparation that you could do, a lot of stuff you could anticipate today. But was there a moment today that kind of took you by surprise that you're really going to treasure from this whole experience?
I think the whole experience is something to treasure, honestly. The whole weekend, I felt absolutely blessed. I think the fact that my family is just here supporting me at the table and in the crowd is just means the world to me. Like I said already, they've sacrificed so much time, money, energy, and just the fact they're sitting here with me today, and the fact that I'm talking to you guys today is just so surreal. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
Saniya, next question, all the way to your left in the third row.
Saniya Rivers, this is Rob McLean from Inside Pack Sports. If you don't mind, ma'am, just articulate what it is about NC State that led you to make that decision. And if you were to speak to someone about attending NC State, what would you suggest to them in regard in terms of preparing you for this moment?
Yeah, you have to have a mental toughness to play at NC State. Coach Moore, very passionate. I said it all season. He's a tough coach to play for, but it's only because he cares and he recruits good people. And I feel like that's why he gave me a second chance to come in since I came from South Carolina. He recruits good people, only wants good people with him and to succeed. And he creates great players. And I'm just blessed that I had the opportunity to play for him. He's part of the reason that I'm here. So to girls that are looking for a program or have already committed to NC State, just stay the course, stay in the moment. If he's hard on you, it's just because he knows that you're capable and he just has high standards. So just keep going and maybe you'll end up where I'm sitting. That's the hope.
So next question, front row, slightly to your right.
Hi, Saniya. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel about you and Aneesah Morrow both going to the Connecticut Sun? What are your thoughts on playing with her?
That's my dog. Like, y'all, I'm so happy to be playing with her. I was literally telling people like playing against her in the W is gonna be so tough. I literally had to guard her in the Sweet 16, and I was just like, I don't want, we're not doing that. So just to be able to team up with her, she has that dog mentality, and she's just a great person on and off the court, a great teammate. I've seen her be a great teammate to others, so I'm just really looking forward to playing alongside her and just growing together. And we're gonna make some noise for sure.
Saniya staying in the front row, all the way to your right.
Hey, Saniya, Chris from the Chris Gunther Show. Love that bag. Looks really nice, by the way.
Thank you.
So when you look back over this night, 10, 20 years from now, what is going to be the thing that you remember the most?
Goodness. I think just having the opportunity. I don't really know what else to say other than that. This is a blessing. Only a couple of people get the opportunity to be here, and then only a couple people get the opportunity to be in this position to sit. So I think 10, 15 years later, I'm just going to look and say that I was blessed and God put me here. He doesn't put me in situations or anyone in situations that they can't handle. So just to be here, I know that I'm more than capable, and I know that I haven't even scratched the surface of the player I can be. So I'm just more than willing and ready to get ready and start working.
Saniya, we have time for just a couple more. Last row, center right.
Hi, Saniya. Congratulations. Gabe Zoda from Sideline Sports Network. Obviously, we got to talk about the center of attention here, the bag. Obviously, the meaning is pretty self-explanatory, but to you, why was it important to have this and show it off to everybody?
I mean, just I use this motivation. I was just like, I'm at the WNBA draft. I'm hoping to be a WNBA player. And just as the bag says, like, we're popping. So I want to speak it into existence and be a part of the, popping crew. And now that I'm here, I can truly say that I'm ready to, pop it. So yeah, it's crazy. Like, shout out to Golden. She's my designer for this whole thing, my stylist. And she had the bag on hand. I'm just like, it's perfect. My hair's red. You got the red word right here and then the beige outfit. So it was really it came together perfectly.
Saniya, thank you.
Thank you, guys.